My boys are saying that they hear gunshots outside the house, and I'm trying to tell them it's probably the army helping them. And they snapped my two boys out of their bedroom and dragged them into Gaza. The last thing I heard was my youngest, who's only 12, saying, "I'm too young, don't take me," because somewhere in a pit, somewhere in Gaza. I don't know if they're eating, I don't know if they're sleeping, I don't know if they're tortured, I don't know if they're together, I don't know if they're alive. The attack starts. 2 hours passing by, phone calls every couple of minutes from my boys. They're scared. I start getting texts from other members of the community telling that terrorists are walking around freely and trying to get into houses. My boys are saying that they hear gunshots outside the house, and I'm trying to tell them it's probably the army helping them, keeping them safe. 2 hours of terrifying fear, and then I hear online, on the phone, as I'm with them on the phone, I hear people speaking Arabic, opening the door. Afterwards, I found out that my eldest 16-year-old, who's a very strong guy, likes the gym, he was holding the door very, very hard. They had a hard time opening the door, but they did, and they opened it. And they snapped my two boys out of their bedroom and dragged them into Gaza. The last thing I heard was my youngest, who's only 12, saying, "I'm too young, don't take me." And they took them. And I've heard nothing about them since. It feels like fauda. It feels unreal. It still feels unreal. I feel like I'm in a bad dream. I must wake up at a certain point. The dream just goes on and on. A nightmare. They had cameras, the terrorists. Israeli soldiers have cameras on them, so if there's by any chance a doubt that they did anything that is immoral, they would be judged. These guys had cameras so they can put it on Instagram and Facebook and celebrate the murder and the destruction. I can't even start to tell you what the place I used to live in and the place I grew up in all my life, what it looks like now. It used to be such a beautiful place. There's nothing left. Nothing left. They burnt all. They destroyed everything. They stole everything we had. But I don't care about TVs and computers. I care about my kids. Since then, my daily routine is to work hard to get them back in any way I can. Any routine feels, being in a normal routine, getting a shower, getting into bed, eating, sleeping, dyeing my hair. Everything feels so wrong because somewhere in a pit, somewhere in Gaza. I don't know if they're eating, I don't know if they're sleeping, I don't know if they're tortured. I don't know if they're together. I don't know if they're alive. There are 80 members of my community that were taken out of less than 400 people. 80 people. Another 30 were killed. There is no Niroz anymore. Our community is gone.